Hello everyone, glad to have you here today. Let's talk about something that once again shows how twisted the political games in Washington have become. You probably heard that John Bolton, the same man who spent years as a hawkish voice in foreign policy and who never hesitated to turn his back on conservatives when it served his interest, is now suddenly being treated like some kind of victimized hero by the very media outlets that despised him for decades. Isn't that funny? For 20 years they couldn't stand the man, but the moment he becomes the subject of an FBI raid, the left-leaning press suddenly embraces him. That alone tells you something about how fake their principles really are. The reports say the FBI was digging into whether Bolton may have been tied up in shady overseas dealings, possibly trafficking intelligence for money. Now think about this. For years, the left screamed about foreign interference and accused Trump of being compromised, when in reality it looks like people in their own good graces might have been the ones playing fast and loose with America's security. Constitutional experts are already saying Bolton could be staring down decades in prison if the evidence holds. That's no small matter. And yet, while this unfolds, the media would rather spin the story as if Donald Trump is somehow behind it all, motivated purely by revenge. But let's slow down and look at the facts. Remember what they did to Trump at Mar-a-Lago? Biden's Justice Department unleashed the FBI with full authorization to use deadly force, stormed his home, rifled through Melania's personal belongings, even went through Barron's room. It was humiliating, and it was meant to be. They claimed they were searching for classified documents, but in truth, many of those papers were ones Trump was legally allowed to have as a former president. What they were really desperate to find were documents exposing how they themselves weaponized the government during the Russia hoax. That was the real fear, that Trump would pull back the curtain and reveal just how corrupt their machine has become. So now, when Trump's Justice Department is simply enforcing the law against someone like Bolton, suddenly the narrative flips. Suddenly they cry about political vengeance. That is the hypocrisy in plain sight. They say no one is above the law when it's about raiding Trump, but the moment their allies are in the crosshairs, they demand exceptions. Well, if Bolton was making money off foreign governments, if he failed to register as a foreign agent, then he should face the law, like anyone else. No more double standards. The principle has to apply across the board. And I'll tell you this, people close to the situation are saying Bolton may not be the only one in trouble. More names could surface soon. That's why the establishment media is panicking, because the very system they built to crush their political enemies might now be turning on their own. It's a reminder of how far the left is willing to go to twist the truth. They destroyed Trump's reputation for years with false narratives. They weaponized federal agencies against him, and yet they accuse him of doing exactly what they themselves are guilty of. It's projection, it's hypocrisy, and it's the oldest game in the book. My friends, we are witnessing history repeat itself. But this time the American people are smarter. We can see through the lies. We know Trump isn't weaponizing the government. He's trying to clean it up. And if Bolton or anyone else broke the law, then accountability must follow. That's called justice. And justice should never be selective. Thank you for sticking with me through this breakdown. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you believe Bolton will actually face consequences, or will the establishment protect him like they always do? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to share this with others who are tired of the double standards. Until next time, stay strong and stay sharp.